Red Balls! More Red Balls! Hello adventurers and welcome to day 7 of Eurotrip 2014. An awesome day in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. Oh, yeah, I've cut my finger a little, but no worries, it's not something big or something deep. Our host had 2 rats as pets, and of course we've played with them a lot, as they were really cute. And Matthew loves rodents. I mean, look at her face in this photo. And in this photo, even though she is very likely seeing red balls in this one, you can observe the pure happiness on her face. Okay. After playing rats, we went to a hostel more exactly, where Otto and Paula were staying, and headed for the center. As I've got today a lot of photos and videos from Prague, I'm gonna let them speak for themselves, and I'm gonna talk about something differently today. I'm first going to talk about hitchhiking, and I'd like to say that I was not a big hitchhiker before this. In fact, I've kind of never hitchhiked, and that's mostly because if you're from Bucharest and you'd like to hitchhike from here, people will ask you for money. I mean, not if you're like from another country or so, but if you're Romanian, they will ask you for money. In like 80% cases. It's not impossible to go without money, because you can tell that to the driver since the beginning, but for me, you know, I didn't have like many friends which were hitchhikers, and besides that, the train ticket to the seaside, it was like 2 euros as I was a student, and even less for going to the mountainside, so there was no need in hitchhiking for me. As I was not familiar with hitchhiking, my friends helped me with it, and they were so calm when they were going to hitchhike that sometimes they were like some people waiting for a bus, you know, not being so enthusiastic or anything, or like, whoa, we're doing some big stuff here, we're going from now. They were like, yeah, let's go hitchhiking, a car will take us soon. Oh, it stopped. Okay, let's go. I was pretty impressed by their calm, as I'm anxious sometimes in these situations. Besides their experience, drivers in Europe are awesome. They are really cool. I mean, they would see you with a backpack and they would take you just to hear your story and to tell their story, and actually to be a part of your story, and then you're going to be a part of their story. And that's really fun also, that when you're traveling with someone by hitchhiking, you can find about the city that you're going in or the city that you're coming from, so you will have a kind of a briefly introduction to the city you're going to. There were also drivers that didn't know a word in English, like a Polish truck driver that took us like 200 kilometers, or one Italian guy also, so they didn't knew one word in English, but that didn't matter, they just wanted to get us to the best spot they knew. Hitchhiking is cool, and whenever we're gonna have a car, we're going to take people as well with us. As about couchsurfing, I can tell you that in 2010, yes, in 2010, me and Otto were visiting a friend. Actually, I was in a band with him, and this girl was our manager, but she was not actually a manager since we were playing punk and the whole scene is pretty free. And as we went to a party at her place, she had an English couple that were traveling with a van all around the world. And it was, I mean, I was very impressed, and I was very impressed how easy they've got to know each other only with the help of one site. And since I was hosting people from Romania and people from Bucharest a lot since 2005, I thought that hosting people from other countries would be cool. I've spent a few days trying to make this Couchsurfing account, as it's not that easy as you think, but it's fun and the outcome is great. And I started having people over. First there were a French couple and a group of Americans on that Christmas, also 2 girls from Macedonia, 4 girls from Berlin, some people from Poland, and 2 guys from Sicily, and I can't remember more. Yeah, there were 2 girls from Switzerland also, and once I was even featured in a French documentary. Those guys also took me from couchsurfing, so yeah, I featured the French documentary thanks to couchsurfing. I thought a lot about traveling and being a guest and not only a host, but I didn't have the right people to do it, and I didn't have that money, and I knew that if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it via hitchhiking, and yeah, I didn't have that much of experience. I was only a train traveler. While falling in love with Matthew, we've talked about this and about our dreams, and we happen to have the same dream about low-cost traveling. And also there were these friends that I presented you in the previous episodes that insisted that we would go with them outside Romania, and that's how Eurotrip 2014 started. And here we are in Prague. We've spent no money on transport, we've spent no money on accommodation. We've only spent money on food, drinking and chocolate. I think at this point we've spent like 50 to 70 euros each. So that's a 10 euro per day budget. But also by being two of us, me and my girlfriend, we had like 20 euros together to spend each day, which is pretty much according to the needs we have. You may think this is incredible, but there are people that are spending even less than this while traveling. And to be honest, I like beer. I like beer a lot. And Czech Republic is full of great beer. But I'm not drinking like more than 2 or 3 beers a day. If I wanna have a party hard time, I would drink like 5 or 6 beers maximum, but I don't do that very often because I hate the morning headaches. And whenever you have to hitchhike, it's not that nice to have headaches. As about cigarettes, well, I personally don't smoke that much, but in this trip it was cool to have cigarettes with you, and whenever hitchhiking you could take a break and just smoke a cigarette and then hitchhike some more. And we like to roll our own cigarettes, so we would buy only tobacco. And on our way through Hungary, you can buy really cheap tobacco. You can buy this pack. It's 40 grams and it costs 3 euros. Yeah, I know, it's the cheapest thing I've ever seen. 40 grams, 3 euros. And I've spent money on tobacco before this, and this is, at least it tastes smooth. It's not like a junk, you know. As you can see from the photos, Prague was superb. We wandered through the old city a lot. We went to this beach where we chilled out and the guys played some songs. And after we went to the upper city, it started raining so bad, it was horrible. It just started at once to rain. And we had to hide in a restaurant, and hopefully nobody got us out from there, so yeah, we've enjoyed our wine in the restaurant. And after this rain we went home as we had some business to attend to, and that is like washing clothes and drying them and stuff like that. And then we've met for a little bit more chit chat. I'm gonna leave you at the end of this episode as I did in the previous episode with a song, but this time Otto is going to play the guitar. Thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe and spread the love!
Nu mă concentrez prea obosit.